friends. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
It's a kid. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing very, very well. How
okay,
are you,
we thank God we got a new week. I'm great,
Good
fantastic.
weekend.
And anyway, you know what? Something big in corporate sports is about to happen.
What's about to happen?
Absolutely big. Listen, 24 life insurance companies, 29 non-life insurance companies, and 4 reinsurance companies will clash over a sporting battle at the 2019 Ghana Insurance Games.
Well, I have a question. Are they insured? Are the insurance companies insured?
Charlie, free. If you get injured, Charlie, no problem at all.
Awesome
because
stuff.
Insurance in abundance. You know what? This means that
telling you.
58 companies in the insurance sector will vie for titles and big accolades in the games. And the big talk and the mathematical calculations will start here on Joy 99.7 FM as we build up to such a wonderful one.
It sounds good.
And I hope the Manchester United fans are okay. I hope the Chelsea fans are okay.
Yeah. And the Arsenal fans too.
Yes,
more
Arsenal
importantly.
fans.
Yes. But Sports Center is brought to you. Sports Center is brought to you by MTN 4G Plus for fastest connectivity and highest internet speed. Choose MTN TurboNet. Sports Center is also brought to you by Standard Chartered Bank here for good. And what do you enjoy the most about using the internet? Is it the hilarious videos, those funny memes and pictures, comments, messenger, or simply staying in touch with your friends? Well, guess what? You can enjoy 50 megabytes worth of free data to browse your favorite sites everywhere you go. Simply call your loved ones. You can pay for the first minute of your call on MTN free after 1, and the rest of your call is free. And then you can also enjoy free 50 megabytes of data to browse your favorite sites. Just dial *315# to sign up now. We dare for you everywhere you go, which sounds a lot like George Addo Jr.
Okay, anyway, you know what? It was a great weekend of sporting activities from football, Formula 1, tennis, and boxing. But in football, Liverpool's 100% start to the EPL season is still intact, with Manchester City returning to winning ways.
Win towards Marseille, scores an equaliser. It's a debut goal, and what a big one for Sheffield United. Chelsea did not look comfortable with their lead throughout the second half.
Aguero, first touch, brilliant. Does he come left for Bernardo? He does. Bernardo is in, first touch, set him up, second touch, finds the bottom corner.
And now 25 yards out, curls one goalwards, it's deflected in! Aubameyang got there, stretched out a leg. That was a snaffling striker's finish from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and it's 2-2.
Chelsea, Manchester United, Spurs and Arsenal all drew their respective games. Also defending male US Open champion Novak Djokovic is out of the championship. More on this plus other stories to come. But first, Ghana finished this year's Africa Games in Rabat with 13 medals and placed 15th on the medal table. 2 gold medals, 2 silver medals and 9 bronze medals. Now the highlight of the Team Ghana's participation was the men's 4x100 meters relay team, who won the 2nd gold medal. Athletics coach Samuel Aye was impressed with the output at the games.
What I told them was the focus. We have to focus our mind, not the allowance or whatever, but let's focus our mind and let's make good timing. And Ghana athletics, as people are saying that is dying, we want to prove some people that athletics is not dead. Obo, from nowhere, the time she did 51, it has been a while that a woman ran 51 in Ghana. So she's not bad.
Away from the games, Ghanaian boxer Isaac Jogbe has been explaining why he parted ways with legendary boxing trainer Freddie Roach. A spokesperson of Roach informed BoxingAfrica.com last week that following a 1-month trial period, Jogbe had opted to move on. Now, the Royal Storm has also been sharing his reasons for leaving Roach for the new trainer, James Dunny.
Like you said, a spokesperson from Wildcard, Jim said, I wasn't the right fit. Yes, it's perfectly true. You know, as a Royal Storm, Jogbe has to be in an environment that suits him, that fits him, you know, that makes him comfortable. Freddie is a great man, you know, a nice man, we love him to bits. But look, sometimes we have to be in an environment where we have the freedom to spread our wings, you know, just, you know, be comfortable in our surroundings and everything. And thanks to God, you know, we met James Lights Out Tony. Everybody knows his track record. You know, he used to fight with guys who were big, look tall and rangy, and you know, shoulder movement going in. All I need is someone, you know, to teach me, you know, that sort of things, you know, just the defense and stuff like that. And we believe that James is the right person to do that.
Isaac Dogwe speaking there. Now, more on boxing, and there were some interesting happenings around the world with Ghanaian boxers, and Joy Sports editor Nathaniel Atto has it all.
There are interesting times ahead in the lightweight division following Vasily Lomachenko's pronouncements that Richard Comey will defeat Teofimo Lopez to retain his IBF title in December. Lomachenko recorded a unanimous decision over Luke Campbell at the weekend to add the WBC strap to his existing belts. Lomachenko prefers to fight Lopez but rather sees Comey as the likely winner as indicated in his comments. Richard Comey is in New York preparing for the December 14 bout, which will be staged at the iconic Madison Square Garden. Also at the weekend, super bantamweight world title prospect Duke Micah improved his chances of earning a world title shot with a second round TKO win over Luis Roy Suarez Cruz in Minnesota, USA. Isaac the Royal Storm Dogbe, following his rather surprising early break away from the legendary Freddie Roach after 1 month of trials, is likely to seal a new deal with former 3-division champion James Toney as his new trainer. James Toney is no stranger to the Ghanaian, as he previously visited gyms in the UK to watch Dogbe train during the early stages of his professional career. Former welterweight champion Joshua Clottey says he has at least 4 fights before finally hanging his gloves. Included there is a hopeful rematch with Manny Pacquiao without a purse. Clottey is making a return to the ring for the first time since announcing his retirement last March in a contest on September 22 here in Ghana. Also, the UK's Ghanaian-born prospect Joshua Boakye earned a 7th-round knockout of Ryan Ford after an impressive display at the O2 Arena in London. That's your boxing.
Nathaniel Atto with the boxing. Of course, let's do more here on the Joy Sports Centre. And former GFA vice president and now aspirant for the FA job or top job, Fred Papo, says it will be unwise to sack under contract Black Stars coach Kwesi Appiah. According to him, leaving coach Kwesi Appiah to work till his contract runs out in December makes economic sense.
No, say contract would end in December. Me, my point, I haven't seen details of the contract, but I'm sure say with every normal contract, so you will be forced to pay quite a lot of money as compensation or whatever it is to the party. You will be forced to pay quite a lot of money to the party that you are whose contract you are terminating. Compensation, I don't know, but the compensation could be in any region. It could be up to the number of months in terms of payment of salary and so many other things. The question I ask myself, say, do we really feel, say, we don't like Kwesi Appiah to the extent that we'll be prepared to spend that much money to sack him and let him go, instead of waiting for him to hang on there until December when the contract ends? That's I believe my position is that let his contract run out. When his contract runs out and you still think you need another coach, you can open up for others to apply, including Kwesi Appiah himself.
Let's do more here. And Jordan, of course, has been doing very well for Crystal Palace. 2 goals from 3 games then. He has been absolutely impressive there. And he scored another goal for Crystal Palace as they beat Aston Villa by 1-0 at the Selhurst Park over the weekend. Jordan had this to say after the game.
Ayu's got past 2 defenders. And there's a finish as well from Jordan Ayew against his former club. And there's a palpable roar of relief at Selhurst Park.
Well, I think we played very well and we deserved the victory. We did the basics right and we got rewarded at the end, so we just need to keep going, and congratulations to the guys.
Another Premier League goal for you. You really took it well.
Well, like I said, since I came to this football club, the staff, the president, the chairman, everyone have showed faith in me. So even if I had a difficult year last season, and they still had trust in me, and they signed me this year. So the only thing I have to do is to pay back on the pitch, and that's what I try to do. I work hard every day, and now it's paying off, and I hope it continues.
Let's do more. Jordan's elder brother, Andre Ayew, is to remain with the championship side, Swansea City. Yeah, Andre spent last season on loan at Fenerbahce and has been expected to leave the summer. According to him, he had received offers from several clubs ahead of today's European transfer deadline, but has opted to stay at the Liberty Stadium. Now, that's really good for him. Now, more on Ghanaian players abroad. And over the weekend, Thomas Partey scored a late winner for Atletico Madrid in their massive comeback against Eibar. They won 3-2 at the Wanda Metropolitano on Sunday. Now, Caleb Kuban scored his first Turkish Super League goal as well as Trabzonspor earned a 1-1 draw at Fenerbahce on Sunday. Back to England. And Arsenal stage stirring comeback to earn the point in the chaotic, thrilling North London derby against Tottenham Hotspur at the Emirates Stadium. That game ended 2-2. And it's just a good time now to hear from Arsenal boss Unai Emery.
I am very proud of our work. And also, I think the atmosphere was amazing today. Really, we played with our heart, sometimes more than our head, and we need to do the balance with them. If we can take some better our efficiency, I think we can win that match. But really, we can be proud of our work and our supporter and our atmosphere, and also our every place how they play, they work today.
There was a lot of drama then, right in Liverpool's game against Burnley. They won by 3-0. But look, the incident involving the Senegal international Sadio Mane occurred in the 85th minute with the Reds 3-0 up. Now, as Mane walked off, he made a gesture to the bench and continued to be animated as he sat down, seemingly frustrated at fellow forward Mohamed Salah's decision not to pass him in the opposition area moments earlier. This is what his coach Jurgen Klopp had to say.
Is everybody happy in the dressing room? You know where I'm going.
Yeah. Meanwhile, yeah. Everybody's happy.
Sadio's all calmed and everything.
Yeah,
what was that about?
Of course. What it's about exactly is not so important, but he's an emotional guy. We're all emotional. That's how it is. Would he do it exactly like this again? Probably not, but it's all okay, really. I like that. And we sort these things in a second, but obviously not outside in the public. Everybody needs them to calm down a little bit now. He's completely fine. Everything is good. And we still like each other.
Oh yeah, elsewhere Chelsea drew 2-2 with Sheffield in a very dramatic game as well. Manchester United drew 1-0 with Southampton, and Manchester City were 4-0 winners over Brighton. Wonderful stuff for them as they got back to winning ways there. We can now hear from Joy Sports' Moses Yeboah. He has a lowdown of what happened elsewhere in Europe.
Atletico Madrid maintained their perfect start to the La Liga season by staging a remarkable comeback from 2 goals down to beat Eibar 3-2 at home on Sunday, thanks to a 90th minute strike from midfielder Thomas Partey. 16-year-old Ansu Fati became the youngest Barcelona player to score in La Liga, but his side were held to a 2-2 draw away at Osasuna. Gareth Bale twice came to Real Madrid's rescue to salvage a 2-2 draw at Villarreal, but he was sent off in added time for receiving 2 yellow cards. Napoli defender Kalidou Koulibaly scored an injury-time own goal to hand Juventus a 4-3 Serie A victory in Turin after the visitors had fought back from 3 goals down in a nerve-wracking game. Romelu Lukaku was a subject to racist abuse as he scored a second-half penalty to end his new side a 2-1 victory at Cagliari. Promoted Union Berlin stunned title contenders Borussia Dortmund 3-1 to end their first-ever Bundesliga victory that left the opponent 3 points off the top. The Ruhr Valley club's loss of the season leaves them on 6 points in 5th place, 3 behind leaders RB Leipzig, who are on 9 after their 3-1 win over Borussia Mönchengladbach. Union are on 4 points. Champions Bayern Munich demolished Mainz 05 6-1 to climb into 2nd place on 7 points.
US Open is building up really interesting because we know defending champion Novak Djokovic is out of the competition. Madison Keys as well knocked out, and Ashley Barty out of it. But we can talk Formula 1 now because Ferrari's Charles Leclerc finally took his maiden Formula 1 victory after holding up Lewis Hamilton's Mercedes to win the Belgian Grand Prix. Here is the BBC's Jack Nichols.
Leclerc has been waiting all season to take his first Formula 1 victory, and it couldn't have come under more difficult circumstances. Not only after the death of his friend Antoine Hubert yesterday in a Formula 2 race, but also under massive pressure from 5-time world champion Lewis Hamilton in the closing stages, finishing less than a second behind. But Leclerc's first victory was also Ferrari's first victory of the season, which will be ideal for them heading into their home race in Monza next weekend.
I've got a dream since being a child that has been realized. On the other hand, it has been a very difficult weekend since yesterday. We have lost a friend, first of all, but so yeah, I would like to dedicate my first win to him.
So that's it for the Sports Centre, and a quick good morning to Formula 1 viewing Ghana. They were out there to do the bit, and you'll be getting to see the latest show on the Joy News channel, Multi TV, and on Facebook, so you have to look out for that. That's it for Joy Sports Centre.
Awesome, thank you so much. And that was George Addo Jr. with the Joy Sports Centre.
In this part of the world, we rise early